Hey, what is up, YouTube? Before I get into the video, let me remind you that if you like my content, please hit that like and subscribe button. And also, if you want to see the content as it hits the internet, hit the bell icon. And finally, if you feel the need to support me, hit me up on my Patreon at patreon.com/uncommonramen, capital U, capital R. I do all of this in my free time, so any amount of support can help me bring more of this content to you more often. Okay, so we're gonna take a look. Today is, as of the filming of this, it is the official release of Phyrexia All will be one. I've already done an unboxing during the pre-release weekend of a collector's edition booster box. Today we're going to take a look at it again. So this is collector's box number 2. I am going to check the prices really quick so that I have something accurate and also grab a knife. So just give me 1 second. Okay, so as of the release, not a lot has changed, and that makes sense. It usually takes about 2 weeks for the prices to stabilize, but let's talk about really quickly what the big hits are in here. Of course, anything that you get that is oil slick is going to be expensive. So oil slick, as far as I can tell, is very similar to lottery, like the Masterpiece Collection, or in the previous Brothers War set, the numbered cards. It seems that these cards are just about as rare as those. And they are commanding prices in the hundreds. So just to give you an idea. Next up is basically anything that is step and completed is worth some money. Everything that I've seen that is step and completed that is in the rare or mythic slot is at least $1 or more. And then finally, obviously, Phyrexian language stuff tends to command a price, but to put it into more perspective, Elish Norn, Mother of Machines, is probably one of the best hits you can pull out of this set right now. Phyrexian Vindicator is very good. Drivenrod, I think his name. Drivnod? Drivnod? It's Drivnod. Okay. Drivnod is the Black Dominus, which is also a pretty good hit here. So is the red one, Soltheme. And basically any of the completed Planeswalkers. The new sword is kind of up there. So we're just going to jump in and see what we can get out of this box. The last box I pulled a Phyrexian Elish Norn, not step and foil completed, so it was only about a $60 card. And I say only because if you look at some of the cards here, like the step and completed Phyrexian version is like 110. The oil slick or the step and completed borderless version by Junji Ito is like 170. The oil slick version of Mother of Machines is like 200 right now. Just to kind of give you an idea of how rare the oil slick stuff is. Ooh, I almost lost those. Okay, so we're gonna just push those up there. There are 12 packs in here. These ones feel like they're the Japanese ones, so they're probably gonna be seated backward, as opposed to having the rares sit in the behind the uncommons and commons. These tend to be seated backward, which it already looks like that's the case because the token's right here. Right, so once we move past the token, the first thing we got is Glissa Sunslayer. So actually, oddly enough, this printing of Glissa in foil is actually, I think, over $5. Not sure, though. Of course, all of this is going to stabilize, so really the prices don't matter right now. We have a non-foil Ovika, the Enigma Goliath. Step and completed Sinew Dancer. So some of these commons and uncommons in the step and completed are actually over $1 too. It just depends on which one you get. This is not one of them. We also have a Rustvine Cultivator, followed by a Quicksilver Fisher, and then a Mirage Mockery, which is a commander rare, followed by Conduit of Worlds, which is actually, I think, over $10 at this point. Pretty decent card. And a Blade of Shared Souls. This isn't worth a whole lot. And a Phyrexian Plains, one of the cool looking ones, and it's in foil. So that's gonna be what's gonna be it for the pack in here. If you look through the commons and uncommons, the two ones right now that are actually worth over $1 are Shieldred's Edict and Minor Misstep. Minor Misstep, I think, is just being overhyped right now. A lot of people are like, oh my god, Minor Misstep, it's just like Mental Misstep. But it's not. It's not anywhere near what Mental Misstep was. The benefit of Mental Misstep was that you didn't have to pay for it if you didn't want to. You could just pay 2 life. And that because you only had to pay 2 life for it, you could put it in literally any color deck. And you can't do that with Minor Misstep. So I don't know why it's getting the hype it's getting. I doubt it's going to see play. Alright, we're going to start out with a Blue Sun's Twilight. Followed by an Evolved Spinoderm. Our stepping completed Vran Executioner Thane. Which, not really worth all that much, even in stepping completed. Furnace Punisher, Blightbelly Rat. We got Glimmer Lens, the Monumental Facade, and Monument to Perfection. All right, and then we have a Phyrexian Forest. And then again, let's just see. No, we didn't get anything. Phyrexian Might, followed by a Razor Verge Thicket. And a Seachrome Coast. Our stepping complete is a Necrogen Rot Priest, followed by a Blightbelly Rat. And a Cankerbloom, which is actually going up in price. We have a Phyresis Outbreak. Urbrask's Forge, Koth Fire of Resistance, and a Swamp. Just to make sure. The next one, the next most expensive common/uncommon is Tyvar's Stand, because it kind of functions the same way as a Blossoming Defense or a Snakeskin Veil. If you pay 0 for X, it's basically just a Blossoming Defense. Still under $1, however. I think it's Blossoming Defense. Could be wrong about that. Alright, we're going to start out with Rhea Ivor, Bane of Bladehold. Followed by a Melira, the Living Cure, in her showcase art, which is kind of creepy. Just barely make out that that's her, but this big old Phyrexian thing is like consuming her. We have a Blightbelly Rat in our Stepping Complete, Sinew Dancer and Urbrask Anointer, Lux Artillery, which is seeing play in the new Urtet Mer Tribal. Got Black Sun's Twilight, followed by Malcator Purity Overseer, and a Phyrexian Swamp. And then again, this in its normal printing is the 4th highest cost uncommon/common, with again Shieldred's Edict and Minor Misstep being over $1 and the rest of them being pretty low. Scamp is like 60 cents or something like that. Okay, we're going to start out with a Capricious Hellraiser in foil and in showcase art. This is actually, it has a price tag on it. I believe it's over $10. I could be wrong. And again, like I said, these are going to stabilize, but it's pretty cool. Nice pull there. Next up, we have a Kethek Crucible Goliath showcase. We have, a Steppin' Completed Elish Norn, Mother of Machines. Okay, so let me see. All right, we're gonna have to look up the price on this guy. And put this down really quick so that we can do that. Okay, so ironically, this one is actually cheaper than the Phyrexian language non-foil, non-special, non-stepping completed. The Phyrexian language one, in just Phyrexian, no foil, no anything, is about $66. This guy comes out to be about $58, which I think is weird, but it is what it is. So, stepping completed, Elish Norn, Mother of Machines, very nice. Got ourselves a Blightbelly Rat and a Bonepicker Scourge, a Goliath Hatchery, Filigree Silex, a Phyrexian Arena in foil. Not bad. I'm excited that they're doing the reprints for this. This card is far from being a super powered card. So it's nice to see these. It gets played in Commander enough that it's something that I want to see. It's interesting to see it in a standard set again. I don't remember. I think the last time it was standard legal, it had to have been in one of the editions. And if not, then it goes all the way back to Onslaught, if I remember correctly. So it's interesting to see this back in standard. I think we're at a point where that's not too OP. We got a Phyrexian Island, and then let's just really quickly... No, we're just not going to see. Shieldred's Edict is weird. I've opened one collector's box and 2 set boxes so far. This will be the second collector's box. I've got another collector's box and another set booster coming, and I've opened exactly 2 Shieldred's Edicts and 4 Minor Missteps. All right, we got a Encroaching Mycosynth, which I thought was going to be worth more. Mycosynth Lattice is like a $40 card, and this card is less than that. And I think that's because obviously Mycosynth Lattice hits a lot more targets. It also is just colorless as opposed to blue. But maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Anyway, we'll keep moving. We got Nissa Ascended Animist, non-foil, but in the full art. Beautiful Planeswalker here. Right now, the only Planeswalkers I'm missing are Jace and Kaya. So seeing this, I'm like, especially considering I have the Stepping Completed version of this exact card, so it's an to me. We have a Rustvine Cultivator in our Stepping Completed, followed by a normal Rustvine Cultivator and a Sinew Dancer. Next, we got a Gold Warden's Gambit, followed by Red Sun's Twilight. This is one of the only Twilights I didn't have, so there you go. Phyrexian Vindicator. This is absolutely welcome. I am super happy to get this. This is a very good card. I'm certain this is going to see a lot of play in Standard. Then we have a Phyrexian Swamp. And yeah, still no anything. So we're on our last 6 packs here. All right, starting with a Malura, Living Cure, followed by a Geth, Thane of Contracts. In our Stepping Complete, we have a Bladed Ambassador, followed by a Sinew Dancer and another Bladed Ambassador. We have Staff of Storyteller, Staff of the Storyteller, Mercurial Spelldancer, the Wanderer, the Eternal Wanderer, in foil, and a Phyrexian Plains. Okay, let's see. Did we get any? No? Somehow that actually doesn't surprise me. There's not a lot of commons and uncommons. I'm sure in a draft pack you're going to pull probably 3 of each. But I don't open draft much anymore. So we got a Soulless Jailer, followed by a Phyrexian Vindicator. So we got 2 Phyrexian Vindicators. Again, very welcome. At this point, I think I have 4 now. Beautiful card, super good. This one is just normal, non-foil, but it is in the showcase border. So our Stepping Complete is Azuri, Stalker of Spheres. So that is actually pretty decent. It's not going to command a huge price, but Stepping Completed is going to bring its price up a little bit. Followed by a Thrumming Bird and a Rustvine Cultivator. An Ixhel, Scion of Atraxa. I have actually pulled this before, but I think it was in the set booster, so having the full art is pretty nice here. I do want to build a deck around this because I think it's a really interesting card. We got Skrelv's Hive in extended art, and then finally we have Zenith Chronicler. Very interesting card. I like this card. And then we have ourselves a Phyrexian Island. And then do we have... No, we just don't. No Misstep, no Shieldreds. Okay, the first thing we have is an Urbrask's Forge, followed by the Eternal Wanderer in Showcase. This is number 3 for me. I did pull a stepping completed version of her, so very cool, but, you know, is what it is. We got ourselves a Quicksilver Fisher, stepping completed, Sawblade Scamp, and a Quicksilver Fisher, followed by a Gliss's Retriever. Gliss's Retriever is pretty freaking awesome. 6 for 6/6 haste, toxic 3. Can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less. When it's corrupted and it dies, exile it and return X target cards from your graveyard to your hand, where X is the number of opponents who have 3 or more. Wow, that's really good. Encroaching Mycosynth. Seachrome Coast, which at this point I've got well over a play set of those. Let's see. Duress, which is nice. Nothing there, guys. All right. Okay, we have a Synthesis Pod, followed by a Dark Slick Shore. This is actually the first one I've pulled from this set. Out of everything that I've opened, this is the first Dark Slick Shore I've pulled. So funny, because I pulled like 5 Seachrome Coasts. We have a stepping completed Kethic Crucible Goliath. And then we have a Sinew Dancer and another Sinew Dancer. Followed by Rook Hexgold Nabber. Rook. Phyrexian Arena, number 3. 2 for this box. And then Kaito, Dancing Shadow. Again, like I said, the only Planeswalkers I actually need are Kaya and Jace. Is that? Oh, sorry. I thought that was something else. All right, we got 2 packs left. Yeah, I don't really know what I'm looking for. I actually kind of pulled everything I wanted before, so now it's kind of like... Best thing I could say is maybe an Oil Slick card would be nice. One of the Praetor concept arts would be interesting. You know, Vorinclex. Not trying to say I want Vorinclex, but Vorinclex. We got Mirrex. We got Rhea Ivor. Got a Stepping Completed Cankerbloom, which I am super excited about because this is a card I want to use. So now I have a Stepping Completed one. Yeah. All right, we got ourselves another Synthesis Pod, followed by a Soulless Jailer, an Urbrask's Forge, and an Island. That was kind of a stinky pack. All right, this is the last pack. We did get our Stepping Completed Mother of Machines, and so far I've only pulled strange ones. I pulled a Phyrexian one and the Stepping Completed one. I haven't pulled a normal one at all. Not that I'm complaining. Very cool. All right, we have an Evolved Spinoderm, followed by Unctus. I have learned to pronounce it this time. Unctus. Grand Meditect. Stepping Completed Sawblade Scamp, which means these 2 are nothing. Blade Ambassador, Rustvine Cultivator, Volshock Factory, Blue Sun's Twilight. And what I assume is last, we have Graz, Unstoppable Juggernaut. This is gratuitously meant for Commander. I'm not sure exactly how many actual Juggernauts there are, but he has an ability that just makes anything Juggernaut. So, pretty cool. I'm interested to see what people do with this. I don't think it's going to see a lot of play, in my opinion, though. And then we have a Phyrexian Plains. Do we get any good No? Wow. This is kind of a not my favorite box, but not a bad box. I mean, we got the completed Elish Norn. Let's see. You know, the Kaito, a couple Phyrexian Arenas. Finally pulled my only Dark Slick Shore. Eternal Wanderer. I'm a big fan of the Vindicators. Got a couple of those. That's 2 Eternal Wanderers in the box. Nissa, yeah, still a good pull, despite the fact that I already have one. It's still a very good pull. Elish Norn. Phyrexian Stepping completed. Very nice. It might not be the expensive one. No Oil Slick. Ah, so sad. The Capricious Hellraiser is pretty good. Another Cough, which isn't that big of a deal. The Stepping completed of Ran is kind of nice. Stepping completed. Oh, that's not Stepping completed. Conduit of Worlds, not bad. Yeah, okay. So that was the box. This one wasn't as showy as the first one, partially because I've seen all these cards at this point. But it still was had some pretty good pulls in it. Pretty happy about that. I will probably do another video on the final collector's box that I open, just because, you know, it's a collector's box. There's lots of shinies in there. There's no telling if I pull an Oil Slick, so on and so forth. So, yeah. If you have any questions or comments, leave those down below, but let's keep it positive. I will remove negative comments, and until next time, guys. Peace.